All right, welcome back, everybody, to CB Rivals podcast. This is episode 5. I'm joined here with Corto and 9Fingers.
Hello, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening to you all. I'm CB, TO organizer for CB Rivals, and we just got off round 3 for the CB Rivals, both field division and the Rustic division, the first and the second division. And we are going to talk about both divisions. This time we got 9Fingers as our Rustic division specialist, having streamed and casted almost all games every single week. At least half of the games, right?
Who's saying that?
You are the expert now. No,
yeah.
Oh. Exactly. Good to go. You also brought your special glasses. I'm sure they've got some special ability as well.
Yeah, I had an eye operation, didn't I, like 7-8 weeks ago, and my eyes are extremely light sensitive. And because I've got like a light on my camera there, it kind of melts my eyeballs out a little bit.
Oh, damn.
So I'll need it until maybe January, February.
That'll be a long time then. Yeah. Well, best of luck. Yeah. How did you enjoy last weekend? Because the results were pretty spicy, I feel.
Last week was really good. I liked all the matches. I especially enjoyed the how do we say the drama in the Rustic chat afterwards. Because what was it? Somebody took a shit between rounds. And then the match started 5 minutes afterwards, and then there was the you guys were having a briefing or something. I don't even know what it was, and I think it might have even been me who was the last one in the channel. Yeah. I'm still doing the breakdown of the previous match, like the first round of it. And then the next second I get a DM saying you need to get in the channel, and I was like, all right, and just stopped and jumped over. And I don't know if I was the last, but I was definitely one of the last in there. Yeah. So, I mean, that clearly never happened. I was first in the chat.
Absolutely.
In the lobby. Clearly wasn't my fault.
Didn't you create the lobby even?
I did. Yeah. What I did was opened up my second account, right? Made the lobby on a different name, so just to confuse everybody, and then just to make sure I joined last with my actual account, just to confuse everybody.
Yeah, waterproof evidence here. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Corto, how did you enjoy last week?
Yes. It's a good week, like every week. I see in direct only 2 matches, the 2 first match, but I heard about the other match, and it was fine.
Yeah, good. And also, core tournament happened again on Friday.
Yes.
For those who haven't watched it, of course, but please do explain what happened.
Well, for the moment, it's a beginning, and we know the 2 first week. It's not the most interesting week. But now I think we will see a good match because the team are balanced each other, and we will see, I think, a very good match for this week.
Yeah, I absolutely hope so, and for sure this week will be the losers bracket, right, on Friday, and then next week will be the winners bracket. So those teams are at least in this Friday. Like if the winner goes through, the loser is out of core tournament indefinitely, and then they will only have CB Rivals left to play for. So that'll be good fun. All right. I want to just quickly go over the results, and then we will have plenty of time to talk about all the teams and whatever's going on. Is that fine for you guys?
Yeah, fine for me. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then we'll just hit it running. I'll show it on the stream as well if you're watching. I'll just read it out loud. So in round 3 for Fuel Division first, we'll end with the Rustic Division because we're going to talk more about that division with 9Fingers. Round 3 Fuel Division, we got Slavs versus Kebabs. Kebabs taking the 2-0, and this was all on Hidden City. No Beaches versus Plebs. Surprising result to many, I think. We got to talk about this match a bit more. 1-1. Both teams taking the attack. So Hidden City maybe attack favorite now, at least in this meta. Odin's Legion versus Surfslayer. Surfslayer back with a win, 2-0 for Surfslayer. And Pond Guard versus Argonauts, also a tie, 1-1. And this is going to have big implications for the end of the season because now Argonauts have 2 ties, both against Slavs and Pond Guard, so very big chances for tiebreakers at the end. And that will always be fun because it's going to be a best of 3 on 2 rivals if it does happen. But the same can be said for No Beaches and Plebs. Both teams still undefeated. If we take a look at the standings quickly, both teams sitting at 7 points, so they are headed for perhaps a tiebreaker at the end, unless, of course, Kebabs or Surfslayer or any of the other teams can do something about it. Kebab sitting at 6 points, Pond Guard at 4, Surfslayer at 3 points. Odin's Legion also at 3 points, Argonauts at 2, and Slavs sitting at 1 point. Any standout things for you? I mean, so many to me, but what do you want to talk about first?
Finger.
Oh, me? All right, yeah. I think the main thing to take from that is that no beaches were gifted the draw by Tempo Shot from Plebs. Yeah, I think that was the word on the street, at least. That's what
over here, man.
I've
It's getting
heard.
hot.
No, but I think not many people would have at the beginning of the season expected no beaches to do so well. Although technically they're were a mix up from the end of the first season. They amalgamated with some other teams.
Yeah.
I think Kebabs and Pond Guard people thought would be fairly high up as well. But the problem is there's more higher level teams in this bracket now anyway. The fact that it would be closer between is the whole point. That you got a Slabs at the bottom. I was saying Argonauts, Odins, and Surf Slayers are all in the same region as well as each other. That's exactly what the league system should do. So everyone should be kind of similar to each other. You don't want just one team just plowing through everything and it being boring. So I think it's in general how I expected the leagues to work out now that we've shaken out a little bit. I maybe didn't expect no beaches to be second yet though, or to be up there this season. And Pond Guard, to be fair, doing a lot better than they did last season. Last season they kind of got trounced quite a bit in a lot of their matches. I know they were missing a few players. I think definitely Payan wasn't there, and they had a few other players that were missing as well. Obviously didn't help. But so I think they'll be happy that they're progressing forward again.
Yep,
yeah, and
absolutely.
I think who did I take it Surf Slayers lost to Plebs, or who did Surf Slayers lose to?
Yeah, Surf Slayers lost to Plebs, and they also lost to Kebabs in the first round. So they had the roughest start out of all teams. Because Surf Slayer, Plebs, Kebabs all considered S tier, A tier, and then No Beaches was considered the fourth team out of those four, at least by Heather at the start, and me also, I guess.
I reckon that'd have been a fair shot. At least the top three teams I would have placed probably Plebs, Surf Slayer, and then No Beaches third. Pond Guard I'd have had lower because the last season was bad, even though Payan came back. I'd have probably slotted Kebabs in there, before we knew how anything would have gone.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so No Beaches for sure, very surprising. Surprising that they are contesting Plebs this early in the season, I guess. At the same time, I also believe that. And Corto, did you see their match, No Beaches versus Plebs?
Yes, I see this one.
So what I really like is that No Beaches seem to have a really good understanding of the meta right now. They play so much Gav, it's absolutely insane, and you could see Plebs trying to match it in some way or trying to counter it. But we could especially see it last week when No Beaches played Kebabs, that No Beaches are just so good with Gav. It's absolutely insane. And I wonder now if teams are going to be forced to use their bans by just banning Gav or playing a different strategy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that changes also with the big patch coming out this Thursday, potentially. We don't know what units will change, of course, or exactly how they will change. We'll just wait and see.
I think that's a good thing that No Beaches have got in their favor as well, because if basically everyone expects them to bring Cav heavy builds all the time, they can literally just go, instead of playing rock, paper, scissors, pull out a shotgun, do something completely different.
Yeah.
Everybody's betting on the fact that they can have loads of cavalry and they can just change it up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Short side note though, no beaches, only Cavs. Take notes, because you should be running cavalry, and you're not.
Exactly true. Yeah, exactly true. All right, let's just head over to the Rustic division, because that's really what we want to talk about today. But just real quickly before we go to the Rustic division, next week will be Surf Slayer versus No Beaches, Kebabs versus Pond Guard, Plebs versus Slavs, and Argonauts versus Odin's Legion. We'll be going through predictions at the end of the podcast. But Surf Slayer versus No Beaches for sure, the match of the week. It will basically decide if No Beaches will be able to play against Plebs for the first place, or if Surf Slayer will actually make it back into the top 3 position and still have a shot at the end of the season.
And about this match, we discussed a lot with matching in the stream, in the FR stream, French stream, and he said Surf Slayer is for him is very difficult. For him, it's a big team because he never win during the scrim. When they scrim together, he never win. So Surslayer are always a good strategy to counter him.
Mhm.
So for him, it's very the worst team,
Mhm.
the more difficult team
Mhm.
for the event.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So stylistically, they might face a challenge. Yeah, I also really like Surslayer. They always play very aware of how and what they do. It's really good to see them play. So we'll see. And also the map, by the way, is Kura Castle, and Surslayer love playing on Kura Castle. At least,
Oh yeah,
if I remember correctly from last season. So yeah,
I scrimmed against Surfslayer. I think it was last season as well. And they had some like ridiculous tactics, and it was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah, so Core Castle with these teams is going to be really, really spicy. And Core Castle also not the best map for Cav, probably. At least, definitely not. Like on the final, on the final, of course, you won it.
Endpoint, like attack and defense, you can get a lot of Cav going off down there.
Yeah, absolutely. But only if you really break the formations. It's not as open as some of the other maps, or as many different angles you can approach it. All right, let's go to the Rustic question. And I'll have you explain what happened here. I'll read out the matches first, I guess, unless you have them on challenges open as well.
I'm literally opening up for the Rustic now. I just had a.
All right, I'll just have you go over them then. Yeah. So, but a short summary: Group A, only ties, and Group B, probably two of the teams that are definitely going out of the group winning their matches.
Or Endgegner and Gun
That's
Faction.
my belief. Yeah.
yeah. So like the draws as well on Group A. So I think Chocolate Goblins I think they had a prediction as well, didn't they? They had a tier list at the beginning of the season, and they basically didn't expect to lose a single round in this division. Obviously, they lost their attack against Love and Devotion, and then Love and Devotion lost their attack against Chocolate Goblins. And the other two matches I didn't get to commentate, so I haven't seen them. So I think it's Alayenememi.
No.
It's so difficult to say. I always just say Ale or Ali on stream against Apes. I didn't get to see that match, and the same with Adamant and Golem's Life. I honestly think I would have expected Ale to beat Apes, though, from the matches I have seen of both of them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. Like they seemed like one of the strongest teams in the Rustic division, and that's also what all the team captains and players have been saying. That team is really strong right now. Yeah.
So that was an unexpected draw for me. Like the Chocolate Goblins and Love and Devotion, I actually expected a draw before, and I think I even said it when I was streaming that I think they'll draw. Even after Love and Devotion had won the first round, I said like I think Goblins are going to win the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
But Adamant and Golem's Life, I think that's about fair. I think from what I've seen, they're roughly on the same level. So them getting a draw out, it's not anything unexpected.
No.
Gun Faction Paella, I didn't get to see that match, but I have seen Gun Faction play the week before. I think I watched their match.
Yeah.
And
hang on. By the way, just hang on. I gotta hit the toilet for a run. I feel like I went back from work too fast. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Drinking too much water today, I guess. All right. Lobby restarted. I'm joining. Yeah, good. No, so you were saying Gun Faction, Paella.
Yeah, so Gun Faction beating Paella, I think, was going to happen anyway from what I'd seen. I obviously don't know if they dominated or if it was just like they just scraped through, but I kind of expected him to win that one. Same with n9Fingers. I expected n9Fingers to beat only Cavs. And Fury of the Slavs against Warbus. I don't think this season I've seen any of those, but I'm pretty sure Warbus is completely new. Yeah,
Warbus is completely new. The NA team, they are the better NA team in the Group B, only Cavs being the other NA team, although only Cavs is also have a lot of EU players. They've got some Tri-key guys now as well, but they are definitely the team that's probably the weakest in Group B right now, I feel. Warbus did get a win against only Cavs, but they've lost. Oh no, this is their second game actually. And Fury of the Slavs, they surprisingly are now actually pretty high in the standings if you look at it.
Yeah, they're second. Yeah, 9 points.
Yeah, they're second now. That's because they got a free win against only Cavs, but they should have probably be expected to win that anyway, because only Cavs weren't able to show up.
Okay.
So, and then they also, of course, got a free win against Baguette Munchers, right? Because they are out and they just are out to lose for their games. So, Fury of the Slavs is are in a weird spot right now because they gained 2 wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
without really playing that many. But at the same time, they've won against Warbus, who is someone that's
That'll
probably
be-
in the middle of the pack. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. So we'll have to wait and see.
I would
Yeah.
be surprised if it wasn't n9Fingers and Gum Faction at the top though at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this group is really exciting about the third place because I think Fury of the Slavs, because of like the win against Warbus now, they can probably contend for third place. Balja Old School is considered a good team that could still contend for third place to make it out of the group, and then Warbus could still make it out because well, they got one win, and you only need to probably like 1 or 2 wins against any of these other teams, and then you could make it out. Yeah.
I think as well at the beginning of the season, I think most people would have had n9Fingers winning this
Mhm.
winning this group. Gum Faction, there's a lot of good players in there. Like I recognized a few of the players when I was calling them the other day.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait, what? I wrote them afterwards. I was like, since when are you in Gum Faction?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of players that people do know as well, but I just didn't know if they'd work well together straight off the bat. But
Mhm.
it seems to be working. So
Yeah, it definitely feels like it for sure.
Mhm.
I'm just checking out when. Oh yeah, that's true. n9Fingers and Gum Faction tied last week.
Yeah.
So if they keep winning all of their matches, then they will have to play a tiebreaker for first and second place. It can actually matter a lot because it means that you get to play against like a stronger team or a weaker team in the playoff series.
Yeah.
And you want to win the first round because then you're guaranteed the finals, and then you will go through the feudal, etc., etc. So that's really important.
Can we go shortly through then how it's going to work with the leagues now? Because obviously you've got feudal and
Yeah,
you've got
yeah, sure.
rustic A and B. So is it people from rustic A and B going up into feudal and then feudal getting split off, or is it B's going into A and then A's going into?
Absolutely, yeah. So just a quick intermezzo, and then we can go to Group A, I guess. So it is written out on the challenge as well. So what will happen is the first 3 teams from each group in the Rustic division will play a playoff series against each other.
So both rustic teams. All right, yeah, cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So let's say with the current standing, we will have Chocolate Goblin, Aline Mamermi, Love and Devotion, and then Gum Faction, Fury of the Slavs, and n9Fingers going to a playoff series.
Yeah.
And then the third place from both groups will play against each other first, and then the second to the first, and the first will get a bye in the first round, second place third place second, and then we have another round where first place the winner of the other one, and then we get the final.
Okay.
If you can like visualize it, that's how those would happen.
Yeah.
And then the teams that play the final from the Rustic, they will of course play for the season win for the Rustic division, but both teams will definitely go to feudal division next season.
Okay.
And then the third place team in the Rustic division, so there will also be a third place match. That team will get a chance to play the feudal division, so they will most likely have to play a relegation match in order to get in.
Okay. So a team that's in the feudal that's getting demoted will have to play against the third team that's possibly going up to.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be rough, man.
Exactly. Yeah, that'll be really rough. But yeah, we'll
So
see how it goes.
in minima, you have 2 teams get out of the feudal division. So 2 or 3 teams, depend of the last match of what you talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So one team of the feudal division is going to go out for sure, and then the other ones may or may not.
It's 1 and 2 or 2 and 3.
So two from the Rustic go up, and then let's see, and then 2 are going to go down as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. So yep. So they'll be good. But yeah, for sure, like there's going to be a lot of movements. It's not entirely sure. Like I hope to go to 10 teams eventually in like the feudal division, but that means that we're going to have 5 games, and that's like a lot of games
in an evening.
On one evening. So that's probably not going to work out well in the long run. So we may have to stick to 8 teams because that's just a better schedule for
I
everyone.
think you have time this season to reflect on this.
Yeah, exactly. So so that's something that's not like definitely confirmed yet, but we will have some time before the next season starts. Yeah. So we'll see, but not there yet, of course. All right. So back to the Group A then. You did the first match. You talked about it: Chocolate Goblin and Love and Devotion. Amermi Ape. So if we look at the standings again, Chocolate Goblin and Ali and Amermi still the favorites to probably go out of the group. I believe everyone can agree to that still. And then also in this group, the third place is very exciting, especially now that Love and Devotion have taken a game off of Chocolate Goblin. And Apes also did the same to Ali and Amermi. And then Crypta also actually had a tie against Apes at the start of the season. Yeah. So here as well, we have actually even some Adamant and Golem's Life could still make it out. All teams still in the race for that third place.
Yeah, I think the top 3 teams though are doing pretty good at the minute. I honestly think that Love and Devotion, because Love and Devotion have only had 2 matches, because the first team that withdrew was their first matchup. Yep. So they are still actually in the running when you think of it, technically, because we don't know how that match would have gone. But points-wise, even though it says they're on 4 points, the other teams are on 7. I honestly think if they would have played that first match, they would be on 7 points as well. So I think those top 3 could be any 3 of them would go through.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we only have 3 rounds played now. So there's going to be 4 more rounds. So that means that any team can pick up 12 points.
Exactly.
So it really is still anyone's game to play for right now.
Next week, round 4 will be a good one as well. It could be a good decider because it's going to be Love and Devotion against Ale and Amermi as well.
Yeah,
and that's going to be like one of, if you like, the knockout fights. And then I think, when does Ale play against Chocolate Goblins? Round 6.
Round 6, yeah. So that's going to be a very big match for sure. Round 6, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also potentially Love and Devotion and Apes in the last round, because they are currently the 3rd and 4th place teams.
From what I've seen of Apes so far, though, like when Chocolate Goblins played against Apes round 2, Chocolate Goblins dominated them, if I'm being fair. I mean, Apes is a very new team, so it's kind of understandable. Obviously, Chocolate Goblins were Chocolate Paladins mainly. Obviously, a few substitutes or whatever, but it's mainly the same team. And at the minute, from what I've seen, I don't see Apes beating Love and Devotion. I see Love and Devotion winning that one. Obviously, anything can happen. You can have a bad day. Apes can have an amazing day. It could be like a terrible map. Like loads of stuff could happen. But like from what I've seen of the matches, I mean, if you look at it, Chocolate Goblins, Ragdoll Apes next week, it's a draw with Love and Devotion between Chocolate Goblins as well. So it's I don't know. I don't see, unless obviously Apes have got time to improve until then as well. Love and Devotion could get worse. Loads of stuff could happen. But at the minute, how it stands, I don't see Apes beating Love and Devotion.
Yeah, so I actually saw the match between Ali and Amermi and Apes. I think it was yesterday that I saw it. And also the NA guys were casting their match, and they were also they were surprised by how good Apes were moving on the map. That was definitely not how they played against the Chocolate Goblins. That's what they said, at least.
Yeah.
So looks like Apes is either improving or they just had a really good day. But then taking a game off of Ali and Amermi is definitely a good sign.
It could be both as well.
Yeah,
it could be like the Ale and Amermi thought it was going to be an easy fight, and then Apes went in, did all their scrims and stuff, and come back and nuked them.
Yeah. That's definitely very likely. Like you could tell that Ali and Amermi were playing a bit cocky for sure.
Okay, yeah,
for sure. And then Adamant and Golem's Life. What do you remember any of their games specifically, or how they play?
I only saw Golem's Life play against Ali and Amermi, and I haven't seen Adamant play yet. But Adamant lost. Both teams lost against Ali and Amermi.
Yeah, true. So that's not a really good way to tell how good they are.
Nah. So I only I saw them as Ali and Amermi when they played against Golem Life. It looked like there was a big gap there, like a big skill, tactics gap, whatever. Like they had everything nailed down. Ali and Amermi did. I'm just going to say LA from now on because it's hard to pronounce. And when LA played against Golems, it didn't look like they were in trouble at any point in time. If they did like start losing in engagement, they pulled back when you would expect to pull back. They reset and then just went back through it again. And I haven't seen Adamant yet, so I don't know. But if they get a draw from Golem's Life, I know it's not like 100% accurate way of looking at it, but they're kind of similar then, those teams from the level wise. And if you look at standings, they're basically they're the same, aren't they? Both.
Yeah, they are exactly. And I like what you just said. Like they've only played Alina and Army right now. And Chocolate Goblins also played against Golem's Life. So Golem's Life they've played
two of the hardest matches.
Exactly, the two hardest matches. So both teams can now almost only like win points against their competitors for third place.
Yeah.
So maybe after next round or the round 5, then suddenly it could be those two teams sitting at third place instead of Love and Devotion and Apes.
Yeah. I mean, Adamant next week's playing Apes. That should be a good match. Obviously, Golems gets, if you like, a week off because there's a team missing. And then the week after that, Adamant plays Love and Devotion. That'll be a difficult map for him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then Golem's Life, the week after that, are playing then Love and Devotion.
And so your faith in Love and Devotion is pretty big?
Honestly, like I used to scrim with them like in the first season, just as like a bod when there was not enough people to jump in. Obviously, because people disbanding and stuff, they've got like new players in and like enough numbers as well to actually fill out the roster.
Yeah.
And I think it's the exact same with Chocolate Goblins as well. There has been with both teams over the 3 seasons now. I don't know, was Love and Devotion in the first one, or did they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were always here. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they got like replacements from the end of season 2, but like Chocolate Goblins and Love and Devotion have both massively improved. Like I think if you look at the matches like last season, like how all the matches went for all of them, there was always like a spark from both teams of doing stuff really, really well, but it wasn't every week, and it wasn't on every map. There was like specific, or there was like sometimes it was even just parts of a map. Like there was, I think there was a match with Chocolate Paladins, and they said to me like afterwards, I was like, "What the hell happened?" Because they didn't their attack, and what castle was it? Riverside Castle or something? And they didn't expect to get to have to fight before they got to the base point. They just thought that the defending team would pull all the way back, so they didn't scrim, actually taking the walls and taking like A, B, and C. I think it was Riverside Castle, and it was like the base point in the side. You know the one I mean? You got like B's up on the wall. It's just like a giveaway cap. You can get that easy. You got A at the gate, and then once you get B, you can get to C as well. And you got like, which is like difficult. Is that Riverside Castle?
No, that's the map we played in season 1. It was the first time we played it. What's it called again? Allenberg? No. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. I think
the guys watching will know which one. Was it Allenberg?
It's Allenberg. Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
Okay, but like that map, and like they basically did their attack, and they looked terrible. Like they literally looked terrible. And then I was like, these guys are gonna get hammered when they defend because it just looked really bad. And then like afterwards, their defense was fucking amazing. Like it was literally probably the best defense I'd seen on that map. And I was like, what is going on? So I wrote, I think it's Blake. Yeah, I think it was Blake. And I was like, Blake, what just happened? Because it looked like your dog had just like run his face across your keyboard for the first match because you were useless. And then like the second match, you were all like gods. Like I don't understand. And it was like they didn't have time to do it, and they basically just gambled that the team the team they were attacking just wouldn't defend outside. And then they didn't scrim for it, didn't have a plan for it, and then just got destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what can happen if you don't scrim as much. Oh, that's the other thing that's very interesting now is that the Rustic division is actually very competitive. We can see it in the standings and the scores, but we can also see it in how many those teams are scrimming, right? I mean, if you take a look at the scrim channels, looking for scrim, you can always see Apes, you can always see Gum Faction or Gladsheim, Gum Faction, you can always see Chocolate Goblins. Who else? Alima Mermi, of course, Rear of the Slavs. These are all teams asking for scrims all the time.
Yeah. I know a lot of teams as well just ask for scrims between themselves. Like if they scrim often against certain teams, they'll obviously just be DMing each other instead of doing it over the channel. So like all the teams are scrimming a lot. And like there's like, I don't know. It's nice to see the improvement. It is really nice to see the improvement on the teams that have basically stuck around and kept going at it. Because of how many teams have we had disbanded now?
Yeah,
It's like 6 or something.
I've got a list, but yeah, probably, yeah, just around. Let
It's
me
been
check.
a lot.
Yeah, there's been quite a few teams. So teams that disbanded are Slot Blockers, Just Press One, Baguette Muncher, Strike, Impact Esports, Play Alias, Divinity Rose, Holy Crusaders, YAA, and the how do you call it? The German team Waldblood. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like 12.
Yeah, that's 4,
I mean-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12
I mean-
teams. Yeah, and well, you
A
could
lot
say
of the
11.
players have stayed, if you like, and gone into other teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's nice to see that the teams have stuck at it. Basically, that you can see the improvement. Like you can see the work going in, which is nice.
Yeah, actually, I should say it. So 12 teams disbanding. We're now playing with 14, 8, 22 teams. So that's like in total 34 teams have joined the division in different. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Nice. Yeah. So it's really good. I like how the Rustic is really shaping up to be like this solid fundamental behind like pushing up the level of the feudal division as well. I'm very excited to see like new teams go into the feudal division and competing against Plebs and Surf Slayer and No Beaches and Kebabs. That would be really, really cool to see. Korto, have you watched any of the Rustic, and how do you think also about those teams, and maybe also looking at core tournament? Do you see?
Well, I just can talk about Chocolate Goblin. So they play against the Vanguard this week.
Yeah.
But, for another, sorry, I don't see the match, so I can say a lot. Sorry. I just can say Golem Life is a French team.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. Yeah. So that it's definitely interesting to see. At least Chocolate Goblins is already there, is because they were so high in the ranking, and the team dropped out, so they got to play core tournament. And we've also been discussing, right, how it's not only the feudal teams that will go into core tournament, but it could also be a team from Rustic that is like first place and playing really good. They could also get an invitation by you if you think if they deserve it to play in core tournament.
Yeah.
So that'll be good as well. All right. 9Finger, anything specifically that you want to talk about?
I mean,
about Rustic or Shield? Yeah.
Everybody knows me by now.
Yeah.
And I think everybody saw me laugh when Korto just said something. It explains why Golem's life's at the bottom if they're all French players. I'm sorry, but I had to say it. Half the servers just want to kill me now. I apologize.
Yeah,
I come in peace.
No, you ruined it now. There's no more peace to be had in this on the CB Rivals Discord. It's gone. All the peace we had now.
What it is I used to be called #ToxicFingers, and that's gone away.
So you want to bring it back? Is
it gave me a warm and fuzzy feeling, and that's the warm and fuzzy feeling's gone. Nah, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of very good French players in the game. Which house was it? A couple of seasons ago, we was in a house, and it was like 80% French players. And me being me, like there was me and one other English guy were in the channel, and it was just French people. So I just started talking about how bad French players were at the game, and he was just like, after like 5 minutes, like, you do realize everybody's French in here, and I was like, you do realize that's exactly why I'm saying it. I just wanted to see how long it takes somebody to just say, what the fuck are you on about, basically. And then they all realized I was just basically being a douchebag, like I always am, and then everyone just had a laugh. And then we had a good territory war, actually. It went pretty well. I didn't get bombarded up the arse or anything, so, you know.
Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, that's a good sort. Yeah, that's good. No, but seriously, you wanted to go over a tier list, right?
Oh, yeah, tier list.
Yeah. So let's go there. Let's see what you made of it. You want to go feudal or you want to go rustic?
We can start with feudal, and then we'll go down to rustic.
Yeah, sure.
Right, so I need to...
Yeah, you can just bring it up and I'll make your screen bigger.
Yeah.
So I put everybody in the middle just to be nice at the beginning.
Yes.
Oh, how nice of you.
And then gut feeling, we'll just put everyone down onto D because I think that's fair. Which team is this one? Is that Surf Slayers? The Keshigs? I think that's Surf Slayers, isn't it? Must be.
Oh yeah. Those are seriously, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Right, this is obviously slightly unfair because I've obviously seen how it was going already. I've seen a little bit, but I would definitely have put Plebs up at the top. But Temple Shot's not shit talking enough for me, so he's D tier. And then No Beaches have been playing pretty well as well. And then Madchen actually started shit talking everyone a little bit, but then he stopped, so he's also D tier.
Oh my goodness. I can see where we're going here.
I mean, it's my list. I can do it how I want.
Yeah, it's your list confirmed. I'm taking my hands off already. This is going into predictions, and
CB does not support anything I do from this point on. No, but in all seriousness, I think we definitely Plebs at S tier. I think Surf Slayer I would have put at S tier as well at the beginning of the season. I'm going to do this from the perspective that we're at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but about Plebs, they're S tier, even though Temple Shot gave away a game. That's what you said at the start, right? Like, how can you?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to keep it interesting, hasn't he? I've been trying to persuade him to just like bring all surfs, especially like playing Surf Slayers, just do like a full surf rush or something, and he's not having any of it. So yeah, good point. You've just convinced me, D tier. Right, I'd put No Beaches. No Beaches, I would have put at A with Pongard as well. Pongard obviously played they didn't play very well last season. I think they'd be the first people to admit that. With Payan coming back though, that puts them a little bit higher up, but it was still an unknown, so they would have definitely been there. Kebabs have been strong, or I thought would have been stronger going into the season, so I would have had them probably in A tier as well. And then with these Slabs, Argonauts, and Odins, it's difficult to decide.
It is, isn't it?
I think before the season, I'd have had Odins on B, and I'd have had Argonauts and Slabs. I didn't see many Slabs or Argonauts games, to be fair, though, last season. And that would have just been because I'd have had missing information. But that's how I would have put it down. Obviously, possibly...
Realistically, yeah, but we can put them D tier down.
I've been convinced. Can I change the name as well?
Oh, you actually might. Yeah.
The worst, right? That's literally, I think how it'd go. I think that's it. Can I save and download it?
Yeah, you can save and download it, and you can share it in the prediction channel. For sure.
Everybody can
want to see. Yeah,
everybody can enjoy that.
Exactly.
Right, we'll download the image.
Right,
We've done it.
Put it in the prediction channel. People can have fun with it. Yep.
We'll be posting this when the thing goes live.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Feudal Division.
All right, yeah, on to the Rustic. All right, you got the tempo up. Let's go. Yep.
Yeah. So even Rustic Division, not Feudal.
Yeah.
So only Cavs. Didn't have a clue who they were. Loved the name. Instant reaction was S tier. And then I realized they don't use cavalry. Like, why don't you use cavalry? So they're down here.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
They're in this slightly better than Pleb slot. Temple Shot. You know. Right, Endgame now to put at the top as well with in the Rustic Division. I think this is Chocolate Goblins, isn't it?
Yeah, Chocolate Goblins. Yeah.
Chocolate Goblins. So this is just pure in the Rustic Division how it goes out. I'd have then had Love and Devotion as A. Apes I didn't know anything about, so they'd probably been lower down here. Same with Golem's Life. Gum Faction, honestly, I would have put lower down. Maybe B.
You as well?
If because I didn't know, and I basically just saw a new name, didn't know who was in the team, I'd have put them lower. If I'd have actually seen the team list, probably would have put them in B at least because it's a new team. I'll leave them in B. Paella.
Oh yeah, old school. Yeah, the big Spanish team.
They were decent.
They got some wins for sure. I mean,
I think they'd stay B. I put Crypta up one.
Why?
Who's this team? Infinite Darkness. Why? Because Crypta played well last season. The games that Crypta played last season were pretty good.
All right. Fair enough.
Which team is this? Infinite Darkness.
That was just press one. They disbanded
just press one.
Yeah. So you can take them out. Yeah.
All right. Who's this team here then?
That's Warbus. Yeah.
Oh, that's Warbus. All right.
That's Warbus.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now I can see the bus. All right, yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, what is that?
It is a bust somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to close
Okay,
up.
the
but
image
it's a
is so
bust.
small. I mean, it's beautifully drawn. I hope your 4-year-old did you proud.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff, right?
This is where it's like, I'm 27.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
When I saw it coming in, I loved it. It used to have like faces of their players, but this one is fine as well.
This one is fine as well. Fury of the Slavs did pretty decent as well, if I remember last season.
Yeah, they played in Polish Liga. They played really well there. They went to the finals. Yeah.
So I'd have had them up in with Crypta and Love and Devotion as well. What team is that there? I can't read it.
Alumni. That's the
Alumni. Okay.
That what you didn't know anything about before the season started.
Yeah, so they would have been probably here as well, just because I didn't know about them. And Adamant, I don't remember watching them play last season.
Yeah, I think
But they were definitely there because I remember creating a banner for them.
Yeah, some of the Rose players joined their team.
Rose players did, all right. But I think I'd have had it set out like that.
All right. So this is your tier list then. Good.
Yeah. We'll save that one as well.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I actually think it's kind of similar to what we had back then. All right.
This is like not even me looking at like what this is what I would have picked at the beginning of the season. Like I've ignored a bit, to be fair, because Alumni obviously at the minute are doing pretty goddamn well. Love and Devotion would probably be up there as well. Maybe not. Maybe I would have put some of the middle guys lower down and then had like a block in S and A. So you could put technically like these. Well, it's not Fury. The stats aren't doing too well at the minute, are they?
Yeah, or you could just almost put like half of the. You could almost put everyone in B or A tier together because they're all like clumped up right now.
But I think there's a few teams that are slightly worse than the others, and there's like only a couple of mid-table. I've just done it now. Like Gun Faction's obviously actually decent. So I'd say they're the 6 teams that are at the top. Those 6 would have been interchangeable, or are at the minute if you look at the standings. Paella have won one already, haven't they? Golem's Light haven't. Only Cavs haven't, and I don't think Fury of the Slavs have. I think they've got 1 win though because of the team leaving. Was that fair? On Challenge, I don't have Challenge open anymore, otherwise I'd look. But I'd say it'd be more like this now. Like from the shape at least. So I'd have more teams at the top, more teams at the bottom, and less in the middle.
Exactly. More of a gap between the teams that you think are going to make it out and those who you think won't make it out.
I think it looks like, to me, it feels like that's how it's splitting off already in the league.
Yeah, slowly is for sure. Yeah, I agree.
All right, I did just save that. Cool.
Yeah, good. Did you get the other one? That's the most important.
Yeah, I've got both of them.
All right. You can send them to me, and then I'll make sure they get posted at the same time as when the podcast is live. All right, good. Then I would like to go to our predictions for this week Sunday, because that is something that is more close than we can maybe say something about, like actual predictions from casters that know what they're doing, right?
Are you speaking of? No. Clip.
No.
That is a mistake. Never assume I know what I'm doing. Big mistake.
No, we have no clue. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let me just bring up the predictions from the Discord as well, because Discord probably knows better than anyone. All right, so here they are. I'm not going to tell you, and you shouldn't go to the Discord. So I'm going to have you go first. 9Fingers. Crypta versus Chocolate Goblin. Who do you think is going to take it?
2 seconds. I've just opened Challenge up. So you're doing Rustic first. You are doing Rustic first. Matches. And you were on about Apes versus... No. We're on round 4, aren't we?
Yep.
Apes versus Adamant is the first match I've got here, Group A. Are you doing the timings, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the timings. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Which team was it again?
So, Crypta versus Chocolate Goblin.
Crypta versus Chocolate Goblins. Which map is it?
Core Castle. Everything is in Core Castle. Yeah.
Draw.
A draw. Oof.
I think Chocolate Goblins are a lot more likely to win than Crypta, but I think it'll be a draw.
All right, interesting. Corto, do you want to give a prediction for Rustic?
Yeah, Chocolate Goblin. For me, it's a win.
Goblin. All right. Chat says 6-38 in favor of Chocolate Goblin.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Apes versus Adamant.
That is more difficult. I think Adamant. No, I think Apes will win that one.
All right, you, Corto?
I don't know the team. I
No?
can say.
I think Apes. Yeah, I do think so. But I have easy
I could-
because I can see
I could-
like, yep.
Oh, you can see the predictions. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
I could see it being a draw, but I think Apes
Mhm.
would win. If you had to pick a team, I'd say Apes would win.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I agree. I think it rolls very realistic on this one. But Apes has got the vote 37-4. That's like a
Oh,
huge.
really?
But yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if like teams might know something right out of scrims that we don't know. But
Possible.
Apes definitely look good in some of their games, and Adamant we've only seen them really lose against Ali Mamermi. So all right, then Love and Devotion versus Ali Mamermi.
That's going to be a close one.
Hit me up.
I'm gonna have to go with Love and Devotion.
For real? Yeah, 2-0.
Just because I know a lot of them. Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the.
But
bias
the thing is with
going
me,
on.
I actually would love them to lose because I'd like people have seen me streaming their games, and you'll see me speaking about certain players. You'll know why I would actually like them to lose.
Yeah, I got it. You need some new data memes or something, right? This
Yeah,
season.
exactly.
Yeah.
I need. I've got some players. I've got some players in mind.
You're prepping something for this match. I can tell.
I think they know who I mean. But I honestly like Love and Devotion been playing really. So have Ale and Imemi, but I mean they just had a draw against Apes, and that's I'm Love and Devotion.
I get it. I do think it makes sense. I feel like if Ali and Mamermi play more seriously than I think they did against Apes, then I feel like they should be able to take the win. But Love and Devotion definitely more consistent, like way up. They played really well against Chocolate Goblin as well. So I think it could go anyway. But Love and Devotion 15, Ali and Mamermi 31. So pretty vote is in favor of Ali and Mamermi. Yeah, they're quite a margin there.
Yeah.
Then we have two games in the Rustic B division: n9Fingers versus Warbus, and Paella Old School versus Only Cavs.
And Gegner, I'd say, wouldn't beat Warbus.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 38-8 by the chat. I think n9Fingers clear favorite there for sure.
I don't think it'll be a stomp. I don't think they'll absolutely decimate them, but they'll win.
No.
You know, it's not going to be like they're taking candy off of a baby, but they'll win.
I'm very curious. We'll see. I hope that Warbus brings out something unexpected. Maybe that's always the teams. Something that I think teams are maybe more looking now for than last seasons is that it's a best of two. So if you focus on defending or attacking, depending on what you think is best for the map, you can take one game off, surprise someone, like what you said with Chocolate Goblin, where they didn't expect a certain strategy and then you just don't know what to do. So we'll see if they can manage. And then Paleo Old School versus Only Cavs. Only Cavs is currently the lowest team probably in that division with Paleo.
But they're basically the same, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the thing. Paleo have only played 2 games because they were unlucky with their bye, so they didn't get to play in the first 2 rounds. So they've only played 1 game.
And
but so
I reckon if Only Cavs actually bring cavalry, they win.
They win. Yeah.
So we're gonna go with Only Cavs. You have to bring cavalry, and then I think you'll win.
I'll put a horse next to the vote, and then we'll see what they do. But Paleo Old School 44 and Only Cavs 4, so it might be clear what the Discord is going to predict. All right, then let's go over the field division matches. It will be Surslayer and No Beaches. That's going to be a very exciting one to predict. Kebabs versus Pondguard, Plebs and Slavs, and Argonautas versus Odin's Legion. I think some pretty hard ones there.
We're round 4, aren't we? So which is the first time slot then, or are you just doing the Surf No Beaches?
Surslayer No Beaches. Yeah, I think time slots are the same as on Challenge. Yeah.
That's difficult because No Beaches are higher in the standings, and I've spoken with a few people as well, and they've said as well that I'm pretty sure Surf Slayers have won every scrim, or most scrims against No Beaches. Karak Castle. I'm gonna have to go with Surf Slayer. I've literally played against Surf Slayer on a scrim on Karak Castle, and it was fucking brutal. Like it felt like I don't even know. it felt like you got given a chocolate sword and got told to go and like kill a tank or something. It just wasn't. It wasn't a nice place to be. So I'm gonna have to go with Surf Slayer on that one.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know either. It's so close. Like last season, we had this crazy game between these two teams, right? Where on Hidden City it was. No, we just totally surprised Surf Slayer got like a game off of them. And back then, Surf Slayer were the clear favorite in that matchup. But now, No Beaches. It feels like it's kind of tight here, right?
Yeah.
So
I think what it is like Surf Slayers is a name that people know from other tournaments and like the league in general. But No Beaches this season have definitely played better so far, or at least have had the better results.
Yep.
And it's like the team that's doing better at the moment, but the team that you know has got the potential to probably win, and that's why it's so close. But Surf Slayers, I think, are gonna pip it.
Interesting. Yeah. And very normally, yeah. I don't know, but No Beaches do get the vote on the Discord. So 42 for No Beaches and 17 for Surf Slayer. So
okay,
the trust is apparently with the team that's been winning, which makes sense. Yeah? What do you think, Corto?
I think Slayer has a strong possibility to win the match, and No Beaches will do the best to win the defense because Beats on this side they can win a game. So, we'll see. But Surf Slayer is okay. There are the two last week, the three last week, the two first week they are don't good result, but good. But they are here, and yeah, it's a strong team. Don't forget this.
For sure, absolutely, and they're also playing really well in core tournament, so they might be out for revenge. And so this game is so big because, again, I cannot emphasize this enough, but No Beaches, if they lose or if they tie against Surf Slayer, they will be behind Plebs based on assuming they will win their game. So No Beaches, like the pressure is really on for them, but also for Surf Slayer, if they still want to make something out of the season, they need to win against No Beaches in order to.
They play for the second place. They play for the second place, and if they make after this, they are dependent of a game between Pleb and Kebab.
Yeah, exactly.
So they want the second place devant, not behind, but if they want to Kebab are behind them, they need to win this match. But the T, it's probably what they can expect.
Yeah, so many things could happen. Like we're gonna have to. I'm going to probably calculate what could possibly happen after we've had round 4, but for now it's just way too much that could happen. So we'll see. All right, Kebabs versus Pond Guard.
That's another close game, I think. I think my gut's saying Pond Guard though.
For real? Like I believe your fate in Pond Guard is bigger than almost any other person I've spoken to.
It's because Pond Guard are a fucking good team, man. And they're literally on the exact same level. If you look at it like across like loads of tournaments, they're basically on the similar level to Surf Slayer. It's just that last season they didn't have a few of their let's say main players. And I think that was maybe missing from their team. And I think I don't know. I think Pond Guard. I think Pond Guard are going to take it.
All right, Corta, what about you?
I think for me it's a Kebab win because yes, Pond Guard it's a good team. It's an experiment team, but just on what I heard on different way, it's just they don't have a good read of the meta. So sometimes they play some unit we don't know why, and just maybe they need to have more experience in the competition for competition meta to understand everything. It's not a good word, but sorry, but
no, but I get it. Yeah, so their read on the meta might not be good. And I think I got to agree with you, Cordo, and actually chat thinks so as well. So 51 votes for Kebabs and only 4 for Pond Guard. That's some insane.
I don't think that's the whole truth. I think that's
absolutely. I agree. Like I definitely do think.
I think that's there's more players on EU, and there's more EU players in the Discord, and I think because that's not like you'll ask if that's not a realistic. There's no way if they played.
Like, even the NA players probably voted most of them for Kebabs. Yeah, I think I do. But that might also be because of the rivalry that is in NA. We know it's pretty big, so
I think
But
Marvelous.
realistically, like if you look at the score and the standings right now, Bondegard have lost tight matches against like what is it, Argonautas? Or against Slavs. So Slavs in the first round, for example, and Kebabs are definitely considered way stronger than Slavs, for example.
Because Kebabs beat Surf Slayer this season.
Yeah, exactly.
They lost to No Beaches.
Yeah.
Although No Beaches have been playing very well.
And Kebabs also did really well on Frontier. Like and their players, so they were the ones that played on Lamaland, so they also got like really long history, despite being a new name as a team. But we'll see. So we'll have to see. I really do hope that Bondegard can actually come back as like you said, the really strong legacy team that they have been. But they definitely haven't been that strong in the past season. And this season we've yet to find out how strong they really are.
Well, I just looked. They lost to Odin's Legion on round 2 as well.
Yeah, exactly. So all right, Plebs versus Slavs. Slavs, by the way, had a party, like a real live party last Sunday, so that's why they didn't play that well against Kebabs. I know this from inside information. So, but yeah, that team is definitely looking to be back stronger this Sunday against Plebs. But Plebs clear favorites here. I don't think we need to go into that too long.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you got a hot take again.
Wait,
all right, give it to me.
Slavs gonna win. Plebs is terrible. I have to back up my tier list. I have to back it up.
You've heard it here first.
Slavs, don't let me down.
n9Fingers
I believe.
tier list, never
I
won.
believe. Unless right. I reckon Plebs win.
Right.
Plebs win if they do a full peasant rush.
Yeah, exactly.
First round opens, they sally out peasant rush, and then Plebs will
it.
definitely win. If they don't do it, Slavs are going to win. I'm afraid. I've decided.
Pretty rough call. All right, let's see if they try it. Plebs are gonna go on the attack first, so maybe they'll try a Martelatory walrus or something. Who knows? All right. Then Argonautas versus Odin's Legion, and actually after Surf Slayer and No Beaches, of course, match of the week for the field division. But I think Argonautas and Odin's Legion is also a really fun and cool match to watch.
Because they're evenly, looks like at least on paper that they're evenly matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's difficult, man.
Mm-hmm.
Argonauts drew against Slavs. I think did Odin's drew as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wait. My brain's just froze. Where was it? I just seen it. Oh no, they haven't.
Odin's won against Bondegard and they lost against Plebs. Yeah, and then they lost against Surf Slayer. So they lost against two of the best teams, and then they won against Bondegard, who you think is also one of the best teams.
Yeah. And Argonauts drew against Bondegard. Odin's Legion wins.
Yeah, so if you go off on the result against Bondegard.
Yeah. Now that's what I'd have picked anyway. Like, because I haven't seen Argonauts play that many times, if I'm being honest. Like, over the seasons. And I've seen Odin's play quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Odin's is another team that have improved. Obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be in the feudal division. Like, that's just literally a fact. Obviously, Argonauts wouldn't be there as well if they haven't played well. But I think Odin's win that one.
All right, what about you, Korto? Both French teams, by the way, isn't it?
But no, not both.
No? Oh, okay. Only Argonautas then, yeah. Odin's that's true. Right. Yeah, Odin's is with the Ragnarok team captain from Portugal. Yeah.
I think if Argonaut can take one game to have a T, it's a good result for them. But it's what is interesting is they play 2 times in this week because we can see pre-match in the core tournament and it's the same.
True. Same. Oh, damn, that's true. So they play a best of 3 on Friday and then a best of 2 on Sunday.
Yes.
Against the same. Oh, I didn't even realize.
It's not on the same map though, is it?
No, the map. Wait a second.
That's so fun.
Smart. The map is the fjord. They play on the fjord.
Hiding fjord.
Okay.
That will be exciting. Yeah.
So,
that's a good call, Korto. That actually is going to be so fun to also watch the match on Friday then between Argonauts and Odin's Legion in core tournament on Hiding
I wonder
fjord.
as well if like maybe one team's going to concentrate on the tournament and one team will maybe concentrate scrims on the league. Because if one team concentrates on, if one of them's just doing correct castle all week and the other one's doing fjord.
Yeah, exactly.
Then
that's what you're saying. The thing is, though, that both teams, of course, have played first week Howling Fjord. Argonauts played decent on that one, and Onus Legion had to play Pleb, so that was really sad for them. At the same time, Argonauts had to play no beaches, so that's also not the easiest.
No.
I think the both team don't make a lot of scream for the core tournament because they know they are in the loser bracket.
Yeah, that might be true as well.
It's the tournament, and so they try to do their best, and it's a different meta on the tournament server. So doctrine for unit. So I think the first match for core tournament is just a preparation for them to test the game.
See how strong the other one really is. Yeah. It will be good warm-up match, but at least, so one of them will at least walk away with another round in core tournament, and the other one hopefully gets to win and see rivals, or who knows, maybe they will win trade win it or something. We'll see. All right, that's good. All right, we've had all the predictions. We've talked about the tier list with you 9Fingers. We're gonna post it live and see what comes of it.
I can't wait for everyone's reactions.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be good. Before I close it out, I want to make sure that you guys know who was leading after round 2 in the hero kills on both divisions, because I know so many people love to know what's going on there. On the Rustic division, like the entire division together, it was King Hamboning from Gun Faction who had 27 hero kills, followed by XCOM Sobek, Gils from Love of Devotion, Gabba, all on 17 kills. So massive gap there. So every single player in the Rustic division needs to step up in the hero department to actually contest for that trophy. And then on the Fuel division, we have Amya being contested by his teammate Sekis, who was on 28 hero kills, and Amya had 26, followed by Dan from Onus Legion on 24, and Sicko Wakwan from No Beaches on 23. And Wingro, Kregen, and Temple Shot actually also there with 21 hero kills. So pretty close contest there for most hero kills on the Field division. And Amya is gonna have to step it up again if he wants to take third here in a row for the Assassin Award. So that'll be a good match between his teammate and himself.
That's mad that both are in the same team and both of them are competing against each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that they'd be like one of them would be getting the main hero kills off, and the other one would be like stuck in the wings a little bit, but apparently not.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to flip a coin who gets to do the back charge.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right?
9. I want to use cataphracts this time. No.
Exactly.
You're on shields.
Yep. And they also play both dual blade, of course, so you can always see them in the same in the similar role. And then it's really fun. Amya actually had one of the craziest plays of the whole season, probably already. Against 2 weeks ago, he posted it on YouTube. It was absolutely insane, going in the back with Iron Cap Scouts, then Wing Hussars, and then with the Chevaliers. It was absolutely insane. For those who haven't watched it, make sure to check it out.
Amya's actually changed his name again as well, hasn't he?
He might have, yeah. Maybe
last season, I remember he changed his name to something, and then like for a whole cast, I was calling him Fanny, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because it was something massive, and I was just calling him Fanny for the whole time. I'm glad you've changed your name back, and clearly changing your name back to Amya straight away plays better as well. Who knew?
Yeah, apparently, except that the teammate also stepped up. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to shut it down by now because it's been a long one, and we need to go to TW as well.
Yeah.
All right, Corto 9Fingers. Any last words from you before we close it out?
No.
No, sounds good. See you on Friday.
I have something to say. Temple Shot do better. Bubbles, you shit.
There you go, guys. We know who's the target now on this Sunday for 9Fingers. Target confirmed. Everyone, you can go ahead to meme channel and continue this discussion. 9Fingers, it was great having you again. Have fun on Sunday. She'll be casting more games, and I hope to get you on the Field division once you feel a little bit better and you can do something else as well.
When I can do more things,
Exactly.
Well, soon I'll be having more time as well. So
and we'll have to get you for sure for the finals from the Rustic division, the playoffs. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. See ya. Have fun playing the game. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye. Bye.